Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are doing good. So today we're gonna talk about cross-site scripting. So cross-site scripting is one of the top vulnerabilities, and it's like one of the WASP top 10 vulnerability. And in this video we will go through some example, and basically we will talk about the basic things of cross-site scripting, and we will show how to uh, bypass the security and bypass the sanitization, so we can put our JavaScript payload or any kind of scripting payload through the text entry box or any kind of entry box, so that will execute our main code. And for this lab we will go to a website. It's TryHackme's website for testing cross-site scripting and practicing the cross-site scripting. So let's go to the website first. It's not going because my VPN is not turned on. Let's start the VPN first. Okay, so our VPN is started. So we are on TryHackme's VPN, and let's go to the website. Here you go. So this is for the cross-site scripting practice. So we can see it's level 1. So if we can inject our payload here, if we can inject our cross-site script here, then we will go to the level 2, then level 3, level 4, and level 5 to all the way to level 6. And when we reach to the level 6, we get a flag. So let's talk about a basic things of cross-site scripting. So there are like basically two kind of cross-site scripting. So one of them are reflected and one of them is stored. So the all kind of practice we're gonna do is here is about reflected scripting. So if we put anything here, if we can if we can inject any code successfully here, so it should be reflected in the web page. Let's say if we put a alert JavaScript, so it should pop a alert box here. So it says enter your name. Let's put our name and see what happened. So let's yeah, so I'm gonna put my name and hit enter. So it's saying hello Tasin, and it's saying like confirming XSS payload. Let's see what it says. Here you go. So it says XSS payload failed. This means we couldn't load our script here, but we didn't inject yet. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna inject the code first and see how it goes. So one of the most common script is like this script here. So we are putting our script, so it's a script tag with alert, and we are putting thm, so we can put like hello or anything like hello. Yeah, we could just put hello. So we are putting our script here in a text entry box. So it's a basically regular text entry box, but we are putting our script here. That's basically cross-site scripting. And if we hit enter now, here you go, you can see the pop-up box, it says hello. That means we could successfully input our JavaScript payload in the website. That's why we are seeing this message. So that's it. So if we click OK, uh, yep, still says XSS payload failed. What's the reason of it? Let's check it out. So when we put the payload, it says XSS payload failed, and we can see when we put the payload here, we put which payload. Let me see. So we put this payload here, script alert, this one, then we put enter. Yeah, it get reflected, but it still says confirming XSS payload. Here you go, XSS payload successful. So we can go to the level 2. Let's go to the level 2. Okay, so this video we will basically show you, I will basically show you like how to bypass all the sanitization and all the code, like how the developer is restricting you not to put input like the JavaScript payload or any kind of malicious symbols and sign. So let's do the same here. So yeah, it's level 2 and it says enter your name. So if we put our name, let's see how it reflect. Here you go. So now you can see the difference, right? Before it was a plain text. When you put a text, it was here, right, plain text. But we can see here is another box here. So if we put anything, they are adding a box automatically here. That means they are restricting us to put anything. So whatever we put, they are putting this extra box. So let's check this one by inspecting. So if we inspect this one, we can see how it's giving our name. So when we put our name here, they are saying hello, then they are putting it an input value. So what they're trying to do is, whatever we put as input, they are adding an extra input box for our value. So if we put our script now, let's see what happened. So we are trying to put our script, and if we hit enter, you see the script is not injected. It is injected, but it's not like loaded. So what happening here, they are not counting it as a JavaScript. They are now reflecting it as a plain text, because they have already put a input tag here. So it's coming as a input, it's coming in a input box. So if we inspect this one, you can see here, yeah, here the input value, then they are putting our script inside that input box. So what we have to do is, somehow we have to bypass this one. So for bypassing this value, what we can do, just think about it. We need only this part, from the script to this part, to be executed. So we have to close the input by ourselves. So if we put a value like this, let's say if we put a quote, and if we use this one, what will happen? Let's see. So we are using this one, and if we hit enter, and you can see how it's appearing here, and if we click on the inspect, we can see here. So you see, they are still putting our value. So we put this thing right here, and what we are doing is, we are closing that input value with this value. So by putting this quote and greater than symbol, we are already closing this input value. And if we now put our script, let's say this one, so we are putting the same script, but following by this quote mark and the greater than mark. So what these two will work, these two will close this input value, and then our script will be executed. So if we hit enter now, here you go. So you can see we got the pop-up box. This means our code is injected. So the basic things is like, we have to bypass the filters. So they are using some filters, like they are adding a input box here, input tag by HTML. So it's happening automatically by the code. So developer put a input box to avoid the JavaScript payload injection, but we are still bypassing it by using the extra quote in this one, and greater than symbol. So what we have done here is, we are closing the input box, then we are putting our script, so it gets reflected. So you see, XSS payload successful. So let's go to the next level. So in this level, let's see how it works first. So we're gonna put our name, and we're gonna hit enter. Here it goes. So here what happened, we can see our name is reflecting here, but it's inside a text area. So if you know about the text area tag in HTML, so you know how it works. So what they're doing, the developer automatically is putting in text area here for avoiding the script we put here. So if we put any script here, so let's say the script, the regular script, this one, script alert tag with alert method. So if we hit enter, you can see it's not executing. It should be executed because we are putting JavaScript script, right? But it's not executing. What happening here? They are putting in the text area. So if we inspect this one here, so if we inspect this one, we can see what happening. They are putting a text area tag right here. So this text area tag, so whatever we are putting in as a value is coming inside the text area tag. That's why our code is not executed and it's getting reflected as it is. So what we have to do for bypassing this one, just think for a second. So what we can do is, first we can put before the script tag, if we close this text area tag, so let's do it, write this. Okay, so if we put something like this here, so what this gonna do? This gonna close this one here. Then if we put our script after the text area closing tag, what will happen now? So this payload will work as like this text area will close this text area. So we are bypassing the text area. We are not putting anything inside the text area. Then followed by that, we are putting our script. So what we're doing here, we are bypassing this method here. So yeah, so this time the text area would be empty, then our script will be executed. Let's see if we hit enter. Here you go. So we can see the pop-up box here, and we should get the confirmation as well. Here you go, XSS payload successful. So go to level 4. Okay, let's go to the level 4. So if we come here and see, if we put our name, let's go, hello Tasin, confirming XSS payload, and it says XSS payload fails, but now we can see they are not using any HTML code or anything. We don't see anything like text box or input value. It's just showing my name and it doesn't show anything else. So let's look at into the inspect element and see how it's happening here. So if we look here in hello, then we see our name here and we can see a script here. So by the script you can see they are using automatically a script already. So if we put our regular script, let's say script alert, this one, so we are using this script. It's a basic script, that one we are using from the level 1, and if we hit enter, so yeah, so you see hello, then we cannot see anything, and our payload is not executed or executed also. So but you can see here is the symbols, so that means something is wrong here. So let's see this, inspect this element. Let's inspect this element. So if we inspect this element, we can see here a script. So what the developer is doing here, the developer is putting a script tag by themselves, like they are putting it, they already put a script. That's why our script is not executed here. So what we have to do is we have to just leave this script. So if we have to put only alert method because the script is already there. So let's do it in a way. So if we put this kind of yeah, here you go. So if we put this kind of payload here, what will happen? So we are not caring about the script, and we are going to a new line by this semicolon, that we are putting only alert because the script is already there. The script tag is provided by the developer already. So we are starting from the alert and we are going to the end, like here to this semicolon. Then we are using 2/. So 2/ means whatever comes after this, we're gonna ignore this part. So we don't care about this part. And if we hit enter, let's see what happened. Here you go, we can see a pop-up box here. This means we bypassed it already, and we should get the confirmation. Here you go. So XSS payload successful. Go to level 5. Let's see how this works. So if we put our name first, let's check with our name. So here you go. So it's saying hello Tasin. So if we put a payload, the basic payload we can put, and here you go, you can see something right here. So if we put script alert THM script, but the output is like everything is there, we can see all the symbols and signs there, but there is no script. So what is happening here? By seeing this output, we can guess like something is happening here, which is like they are using, the developer is using some filter code or some list, allow list. So they're probably putting this script in the list, so we cannot use it. So this script itself is like not allowed to put here. So it's not allow list, actually it's a deny list. So if we put any kind of, if you put script here, it will automatically reject it because they have a word script, it's in the banned list. So if you put script, it's just avoiding that word script. So we can see the script words is missing here. That means they are using a filter for the script word. This means, so let's do it in a different way. In the TryHackme you can see another way, but I will do it in my own way. So what I like to do is here, so I'm gonna capitalize some of the word here. So if I put capital R, then capital T, and here let's say we can put capital C, and let's put capital I. So what we are doing, we are writing the script, but we are changing some word. So if this script, like with the capital R and capital T, is not in their word list, this means we are bypassing the filter. So let's check it out. If we hit enter, you can see it worked. So let's wait for the confirmation. Yeah, let's go to level 6. So yeah, all the way we are in the last level. So here it's not about putting anything, it's here they are saying enter an image path. So what we have to do is we have to do something with the image path. So for image path is more easy because you know they are putting an image image path. So how we can bypass this one, let's see. So if we just put a script here, what happened? Let's put our basic script. So there you go, they're saying XSS payload failed, it's not working. This means we have to put a image first. Okay, let's see the source code of this one, how it's working here. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so look at this, they are putting here in the value this thing, the image path. And if we see the next division, okay, so they are using the image source and they are using the script alert THM, and they are using another script down here. So for bypassing this one, what we can do is we can close this part. So we can close this path by touching the quote. Then we can add an on alert function. So on load we can alert this one, because whenever we press enter, it gets loaded, the page gets loaded, and they bring the cat image from the link. So let me show you just. Here you go, if you hit enter here, you will see this cat came, the image of the cat here. So what happening, when I hit the enter, the page gets loaded and the cat image came here. So we can add a onload function here. So if you are familiar with JavaScript, you know how onload function works. So onload function will work when the page will get loaded, and when the page loaded, it will alert a something like whatever you put here. So let's say we can put here success, and if we hit enter, here you go, it get popped up by the JavaScript. This means we are able to do that, and they are confirming. I still says XSS payload failed. I don't know why. Let's see again. Yep. Here you go. So XSS payload is successful, and here we got the final flag. So that's how. So it's all about, it's a kind of mind game. Like you have to think as a developer, like if you are a developer, how you would restrict the user to put something like crazy things here as like the code, malicious code or malicious symbols or the script, how you would do that and how you will protect that. So you have to think like a developer and try to bypass it. That's how the cross-site script works. Thank you.